Okay, here's the story. So yeah, I go in the hot tub, and a husband and wife come in their 60s, and talking, blah blah blah, all sorts of subjects, the stars, the nice sky, blah blah. Hot tub's nice. They're visiting for a couple days. They're from like 100 Mile, way out 100 Mile, in a little town, Lake La Helen or something, Helium. So I was, I went on the way to Prince George, and I was like, oh yeah, I've been in those towns. I remember I told him a story about this dog was chasing my mom and I when we pulled off the road next to this house on the lake, and this like Rottweiler or something was like charging us, and we ran to the car. Like it was, anyways, that's not the story. So onto the story. And we start talking. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm kind of semi-retired. I like to travel around, from May to May to November, and we talked about the weather and blah blah blah, and motorcycles, and how I was, talking about going back to racing, etc. They were really interested, right, to talk.
Uh-huh.
And then it's like, okay, they're gonna leave, right? And I'm like, okay, goodbye, And then he says, good night, Marcel.
Okay.
I never said my name.
So weird.
It was fucking weird, I tell you, because I never said what my name was. We were just talking, about lives and stuff. And by the way, I told him all the information about the banking and inflation and the interest rate, and how once we see unemployment, blah, blah. I was giving him some information, some tips, right? Talking about how hard it is to have a mortgage for people my generation, etc. Even when times were good on the housing prices and rent. Yeah, but I never said my name. We never introduced each other. I'm like, okay, nice meeting you. I never heard their names, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, bye, Marcel. He said something Marcel, and I was just like stunned.
Well, because even if you did give your hand, like, YouTube thing, it's like
No, I
news,
never. No, I
right?
never.
And it's not Marcel.
No, I mentioned, like, I'm kind of semi-retired and blah blah, and I like to do the news for fun, and and then I told him I've studied banking recently a lot, but that's all. I never said my channel name, nothing. I never talked about Rumble. So, anyways, they know me from the news of some sort for sure.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird.
That's the most likely probability, is like they know me from the news,
Well, yeah,
last year, like
yeah.
Freedom Convoy time, but never once talked about that. Never once talked about anything, like deep. No, didn't have any conversations about the Liberals and Trudeau, and I never got into that. I'm more interested in the banking right now.
Right, right. That's such a wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. He's here for 2 days, so I could go find him tomorrow, and I could question him, like, But yeah, it's gonna be hilarious maybe if I do. It's like,
How did you know my name?
I never told. By the way, I never told you my name. And then it'll be a laugh and a chuckle, and he'd reveal, like, that this whole time he figured out who I was and never mentioned it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because this happened
Even weird,
before.
when we were in Costco, and that person just came like running right up to you, it's like, "Oh, you're back." I was
Yeah.
like,
Well, those. Yeah, and then like another time in the hot tub too. Like there was another guy in there that he's like, "Oh, you're Marcel," but his friend was saying he knew he's been following you for years, but he didn't say anything until the subject came up, right?
right.
Yeah, so this is probably another similar case. Anyways, this is I thought I'm recording this conversation. I thought it'd be a funny bit for the Rumble.
Oh yeah, right.
All right. Anyways, crazy story, everybody. Bye. And what is it? March 23rd today, 2023. Yeah. Ernie Racing.